Welcome back to R.A.I.N. This is part 3 of my video series, Violations to the Constitution. I would like to start off by reading from my book, Who Are You? Knowing Your Ancestors. And like I said before, this is part 3. I'd like to start off with the year 1913 with President Woodrow Wilson. And what he did was he completed a deal to hypothecate all the land to the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve with the Federal Reserve Act of 1913. Hypothecate, as defined in Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition, page 877, it means to pledge a thing without delivering the possession of it to the pledgee. So basically, he gave all the land from the East Coast to the West Coast to the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve. He was not authorized to do that. The land belongs to the aboriginal peoples. It does not belong to the United States of America. The United States of America is just occupying. Well, they were supposed to be just occupying the land to conduct their business, not just hypothecated to some other colonizers, some other foreigners. Like who gave them the authority to do that? But yeah, that was 1913. Next year I want to get to is 1933. This is a big one right here. Here's some points of interest for you guys to research on your own. Executive Order 6102, House Joint Resolution 192, which I already mentioned in the when I talked about the Coinage Act of 1863. I had mentioned House Joint Resolution 192, and also the Emergency Banking Act. Real quick, I'm going to go over each one. Executive Order 6102 basically made it illegal for the people to have gold. So they confiscated all the people's gold in 1933. And one thing that they did after they confiscated all the gold, they raised the price of gold. They raised it from $20.67 up to $35. So that made everyone's Federal Reserve notes that they had. It made it just worthless, just by that little bit. And I mean that's the start of your inflation. That's what we have today. That's what everybody is suffering from today. You're not able to buy as many groceries as, well, you're not as able to trade in your Federal Reserve notes for the amount of groceries that you used to be able to get 20 years ago. Yeah, price is going up. Dollar Tree is not $1 anymore, it's $1.25. Yeah, that's inflation. But let's get to Emergency Banking Act. Emergency Banking Act, March 9th, 1933, dissolved the federal government. Declared by President Roosevelt being bankrupt and insolvent. So if you want to read more about the bankruptcy of the United States of America government, read the Emergency Banking Act, March 9th, 1933. Next up is House Joint Resolution 192, June 5th, 1933. Joint resolution to suspend the gold standard and abrogate the gold clause, which dissolved the sovereign authority of the United States of America in the official capacities of all United States governmental offices, officers, and departments, and is further evidence that the United States federal government exists today in name only. All right? So House Joint Resolution 192. Actually, strict violation to the Constitution. They abrogated the Gold Clause, and you know that's Article 1, Section 10, Constitution. Um, to abrogate means to annul, to destroy, to remove, to replace, to basically to get rid of. They got rid of it. So abrogate. Look it up. Um, yeah. It's crazy learning what they did in the past, and you're relating today's problems to what they did in the past, and all the lies that I've been through since going to the going through the public education system, and they didn't mention anything about the Emergency Banking Act. They didn't mention anything about Executive Order 6102 or the House Joint Resolution 192. I mean, I was pretty astute in history, and they didn't mention anything like that. And they definitely didn't mention anything about this land being Moroccan Empire, and the first treaty with the first treaty that the United States of America had was with the Sultan of Morocco. They definitely didn't mention that. Oh, that's crazy. But yeah, when you get to this information, um, just breathe easy with it. All right. Don't go outside and commit any acts of violence. Punching colonizers in their face just for living. Don't do that. um, don't go out there screaming on them, saying that they violated the Constitution or anything like that. Because most of the time they don't know what you're talking about. It's only the people that's in government. They're the ones that know the true history. They know what happened. They know who we are. We're not Negroes, blacks, coloreds, African Americans. They know that this land is a Moroccan Empire. Um, um, so do your research, and I gave you the points. 1913 and 1933. Those are two big years, two big major violations to the Constitution. And on that note, I would like to bid you peace. This is part 3. I'll be back for part 4. All right, peace.